Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to do a video today on the ADHD mind and the Asperger's mind. So I'm not diagnosed with anything. I just want to put that out there, although I do feel very, very strongly that I have ADHD to some degree. And I do read a lot on neurodivergent studies and different things to do with psychology. So I'm just offering my opinion. Obviously, you can say, well, you're not qualified, I don't want to listen to you, and that's fine. It's just an observation that I'm having, that something that I notice is the ADHD mind, it's very bad at details and organization, and the Asperger's mind is obsessed with it. And I'm just understanding how different people's minds work and how it's so easy to misunderstand one another, because I actually do believe that we're all on a little bit of a neurodivergent spectrum. I sort of think we've got this ADHD style brain and then this Asperger's type brain, and that we all fall somewhere along that line. And very few people are here, like bang in the middle. So what I notice is that the ADHD mind, it's like, and I can resonate with this a lot because I do it. And what we do is we're very big picture people. Do correct me if you feel I'm wrong, by the way. And we're incredibly big picture. So for example, someone like me, if you said to me, write me 5 pages of A4, write me a story on 5 pages of A4, you've got 5 minutes, I could probably do it. Because I'm just like, like ideas are always coming in, like it's not difficult for me to connect to that space and just pour information down. What's difficult for me is to then go back and make it make more sense, to correct the grammar, to correct the sentence structure. That's something I would have to then do afterwards. And I only really tend to do that about things I really, really care about. So that's why if I'm on social media, all my stuff is just, I don't notice when a word is auto-corrected, or because it's so fast, I've got to get that information down, all of it. And then I've moved on to the next thing. So for me to go through and correct things, it would have to be a website or an essay or something that was really, really important, because I have to dump it first. So I'd have to care enough to go back and go through it all, essentially. And a lot of people think that that's actually stupidity. You know, if you can't spell very well or your autocorrect's bad, that it's stupidity. Because a lot of people that are more on the Asperger's side, I feel they get very, very lost in the details. It's like they almost wouldn't be able to read that because they'd be like, oh, it's got an error in the first line, so I can't get past that. And this is where I feel there's a big sort of disconnect a lot of the time with personality types, because those two people require something so different when they're intaking information. So for example, I could watch a video on something and 95% of it could actually be just downright wrong or awful. But if I connect to 5% of it, I'm going to reshare it on my page, because I'm just like, oh wow, I just took that little bit and I thought, wow, you know, I really resonate with that. And then I'll share it on my page and it suddenly gets all this hatred and attack, because they're like, oh, but this in the video and this and this. And I thought, oh, I just skipped that because or this bit's wrong. And I just thought, well, I just skipped over that because it didn't resonate or whatever. And yeah, I just realized more and more how the way that we all sort of see the world and think and process things is so different from one another. And actually, we need to learn to have a little bit more patience and tolerance, in my opinion, for how other people think. I've definitely been very frustrated when people have picked apart things on minute details. And I'm just like, yeah, but can't you see the bigger picture? But I guess those people can't help it. And those people need to understand that the people that maybe make a few errors, it doesn't mean that everything they've said is useless. So I think, you know, there's a lot of ways that we can learn to, you know, sometimes you just can't live with something, right? But we can sort of try and understand and accept people are different. I actually remember on some social blog, I got into this massive argument once, and I really need to stop getting involved in these really long debates. I'm trying. But I said, what did I say? I just said, I'm not going to lie though. And to me, that's just a colloquial phrase that I use all the time. Oh, let's not lie, I prefer salt and vinegar crisps. Or, oh, let's not lie, oat milk is better than almond milk or whatever, right? That's just how I would use that phrase. And this person could not get over, they just couldn't get over the fact I said, let's not lie though. They genuinely thought I'd called them a liar. And even when I explained that it's just a phrase I use a lot, they just couldn't get over it. It's like some people cannot get over the wrong usage of a word or the slight difference in meaning of a word. And this thing honestly went backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. I'm so ashamed of it for, about a day. It's like they just couldn't get over the use of that word, and they just wouldn't believe me that I wasn't calling them a liar. They just simply wouldn't believe it. And I think they still actually are really angry at me to this day that they think that I've called them a liar over just, a slight, not perfect use of a term. So that is how much trouble this stuff can cause, right, between people if we don't just accept and understand that people are different. They use language differently, we communicate differently. Anyway, I hope everyone's well, and I'll speak soon. Bye-bye.